Hello there. Well, here's a quick one to answer a question that was kind of bothering me. You see, a few weeks back I did a video on St John's Wood, the tube station on the Jubilee line. Something I didn't mention in that video, which a few people brought up, is the question of whether St John's Wood should be spelt with an apostrophe or not. The reason I didn't mention it was because I didn't realise it was a thing. But viewers who were evidently more observant than me noticed that some of the signs at the station have an apostrophe, and some don't. I guess I suffer from the same blind spot as the people who design underground signs, because this is an issue that crops up elsewhere on the network. Is it Earl's Court or Earl''S Court? And don't even get me started on St James Park, or St James's Park, depending on which sign you look at. As any non-native speaker will tell you, English is a complicated language. It's a whole mess of rules developed from multiple sources over centuries, many of which do not apply universally. So which rule are we applying here? Well, we need to ask why the area is called St John's Wood in the first place. St John's Wood was originally the manor of Lilliston, which was a heavily wooded area at the time. Lisson Grove, the area near Edgware Road Bakerloo Line station, takes its name from the manor. This manor was owned by the Knights Templar, military order of warrior monks and favourite among conspiracy theorists. It was considered by the early 14th century that they were becoming too powerful, so on the 13th of October 1307 the knights were all arrested simultaneously on the orders of King Philip IV of France. It has been suggested that this is the origin of the superstition surrounding Friday the 13th, and also that this was the inspiration for Order 66 in Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. With the dissolution of the Jedi Order, I mean the Knights Templar, their lands were seized. The manor of Lilliston was handed over to the Order of the Knights of the Hospital of St John of Jerusalem. This order were famed for caring for the sick, and would in fact go on to found the St John Ambulance Service. The St John in question is John the Baptist. Obviously, the Wood of the Order of the Knights of the Hospital of St John of Jerusalem is a bit of a mouthful, so over the centuries it was reduced to just plain old St John's Wood. So, apostrophe or no? Well, the name means the wood that belongs to St John, or at least to his order. The apostrophe indicates possession, and the name only refers to one St John, so the apostrophe comes before the S. So it should be St John ''S Wood, and the other signs are just wrong. Apparently the convention used to be that you didn't use an apostrophe with uppercase letters, which is how we got into this mess. You know, they could have avoided all this if they just called the station Acacia Road like they originally planned. Well, I hope you enjoyed this punctual tale from the tube. If you did, please do click like and consider subscribing for more. Thanks as ever to my donors on Ko-fi and Patreon. You are the lack of ambiguity to my punctuation. And I'll see you again very soon for another tale from the tube.